everybody, and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy, and today we have an email from your guardian angel. But before we begin, really quickly, I would like to do some fast housekeeping. First, if you're not subscribed to the channel, you would consider doing so in advance. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. The YouTube formula is real, and it is based off of number of subscribers. So thank you for subscribing. You can turn off the notifications. That won't offend me. And then also make sure you like the video, give it a thumbs up, leave a positive comment, share it. Excuse me. All those things truly do help with getting the content out there for people to discover the channel. So this reading is good from Friday the 27th through Thursday, November 2nd. Oh my gosh, November. Just crazy. All right. So, the crystal I was drawn to is called, this is a very rare crystal, and this is called Wavelite. At the time of recording, I do have one piece in the Your Natural Healer store, but look at this thing. It kind of reminds you of grape agate. Isn't it stunning? I know some people call it agate, but I like agate. Excuse me. But anyway, I was drawn to this for you guys today, so I will push that over to the side. All right, so let me talk about what's going to happen, especially for those of you who are new to the channel. These will be time-stamped, but please don't forget to go to the Reiki Hug. I'm going to be doing something special for that, so you don't want to miss out. This was not planned. As I drew the crystal, it just popped into my head to do this, so you'll see the Reiki Hug. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3 cards, left, middle, right. As I said, it will be time-stamped, but at the end of your reading, go to the Reiki Hug, and then I will read your card. Now, please don't overthink it. This is a great third eye chakra exercise and to help strengthen and activate it. So you use your intuition. Whatever card you're drawn to, you are drawn to it for a reason, okay? Now, please remember this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with you. Please don't get mad at me if it doesn't. I can't connect to everybody's energy. So if you would like a personal reading, you can go to yournaturalhealer.com and sign up for one. My rates are very reasonable. And you can always come back later on in the week, rewatch your card, and go, okay, that's what she meant. Now, if it does resonate with you, I want you to take your right hand and I want you to place it on your heart. And I want you to say to yourself, as you take a deep breath in, yes, I claim this reading for myself, okay? Always claim it for yourself, because if you don't, you don't. When you claim it for yourself, to me, that's more like acknowledging to the universe, yes, I got your message. Excuse me. So remember, our guardian angel is the CEO of our spiritual team, and they had a board meeting this week about, what's going on, and this is the message that they came up with. So the card will be the subject of the email, and then my reading will be the body of the email. All right? So we're going to draw 3 cards. And again, using your intuition, either left, middle, or right, choose a card. And let's begin. So for those of you who chose the left card, your card is Radical Curiosity. I'm having a hard time reading that from behind the camera, so give me a second. Seeing as it is for the first time every time. And there's your card. All right. So in life, it seems like the older we get in life, the more responsibilities that we have. And for those of you that watch me regularly, you've heard me say this before. Man, the more technologically advanced we get, the less time we seem to have, And this week, your guardian angel is saying that it's time to make a change in your routine, because they think you're getting a little caught up in the daily minutia. It's the same thing. Wake up, do your morning routine, drive to work, work, then go out to lunch, come back to work, drive home, then, your nightly routine. And and I know that's what life is, especially during the week, because, for most of us, we work and then we have our home responsibilities, whether we have kids or a spouse or whatever, pets, volunteer work. And like for my own self, it's like Monday through, well, pretty much, yeah, Monday through Thursday. It's like I am like that, almost like on autopilot, and then the weekends, I kind of try to change it up a bit. But the universe is saying that you need to change your routine, because when we get bored with our life, they can bring up some crappy emotions. But think about something that, if you can remember something when you've seen it for the very first time or experienced it for the first time, how it made you feel. And I'll tell you, for me, it was my junior prom. I was 16 years old, and we went to this local bridal shop. And we got there, and there was a girl already trying on dresses, so I had to wait. Well, when she came out of the dressing room, the dress she had on, it was this beautiful strapless white gown. And back in the 80s, our gowns were big and fluffy. And I remember looking at that thing, and I mean, I don't remember what she looked like, but the dress was like something Cinderella would wear. It was gorgeous, and I ended up getting it. And I can remember hearing my mom once telling somebody that she never seen that look on my face when I saw that dress. And I'm serious, even my wedding dress, while it was, gorgeous because it was Vera Wang, but it didn't compare to the feeling that I got when I saw my first prom dress. So, and I'll never forget that. Never, ever, ever. And that's what this card is talking about. It's time maybe to try some new things or change up your routine a little bit. Get a little more curious in things. If there's something you've been wanting to try, whether it's painting or, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Try it. It is time for some radical curiosity. Because sometimes when we get bored with life, we don't necessarily make good choices, and we can get in a really bad place where then we maybe become depressed and we don't even know it. And people will ask us, hey, do you want to do this? No, I got so much to do. You know what? Maybe do something crazy that you would never do. Like maybe tomorrow, if you work tomorrow, go to lunch by yourself. Go sit in the restaurant by yourself. A lot of people think that that's crazy. And when I was in the Navy, there were several times that I used to go to lunch or to dinner by myself because my friends either had duty or whatever. And it's a really unique experience. And now I don't care. And when people say, well, I could never go to the movies by myself. Why? It's dark. Nobody's looking around except at the screen. Who cares? But anyway, maybe try something out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe try a new recipe. If you're going out to dinner, instead of going to the same place, go somewhere else. Or if you're like me and you get the same thing at a certain restaurant, switch it up, curiosity. And then whatever it is, I want you to really try to savor the moment. Try to acknowledge it and like put a pin in it. What are you feeling? It's like when we try something for the first time that is fun, or we see something for the first time and you get that feeling of like, oh, this is so awesome. And it looks so different. And I mean, it's even for me, it's like when I've done like job interviews and you go into interview and then you've been working there a year and it's like, God, it looks so different when I interviewed, it's that routine. It's that for the first time kind of a feeling. And that's going to add a little kick, a little spark to your life. It's going to get rid of the daily minutia. You're not going to get down in the dumps. And I'm not saying that every day go out and do something crazy or something unsafe, but you need to add a little more spark to the daily grind. Okay? Don't make it a grind anymore. Take a new way to work. Maybe you always take your coffee with you. Well, you know what? To heck with it. Go stop at the local coffee shop and pay that $8 for a coffee. Try something different, and see how it makes you feel a little more alive. And it does. When we try new things, even if it's something scary and you're like, oh my gosh, and your heart starts pounding and you get that lump in your stomach or your throat. And then afterwards, it's like, oh my God, that was so cool. That's very refreshing, for a lack of a better term. Granted, we all have responsibilities and we need to take care of our responsibilities. But at the same time, we need to take care of us, and we also need to enjoy this life. We are souls having a human experience, and that experience isn't being a maid or a slave or a butler or a chauffeur or whatever it is 24/7. Change up your routine. Spice up your life. And make that a mantra. I don't care if you're 20, I don't care if you're 80, never too late. Change something up. All right? I will see you at the Reiki Hug. If you chose the middle card this week, your email from your guardian angel is inner life. And I'll read that in a second. I can't read it from behind the camera. And this says, your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. Ooh, okay. What do we got going on here? Middle card. I'm feeling some blockages in the heart, the throat, and the crown chakras. Heart, throat, and crown. I'm sitting here, you can't see me on camera, but I'm touching my heart, and then I go like that on my throat, and then I'm touching my head. Heart, throat, and head. Okay. It's not bad. You just do so much for everybody else, and you're not taking care. And you may go to the gym and all that, but you're not taking care of the garden within you. Gardens need to be watered. They need to be weeded. They need fertilizer. They need sunlight. And you're not doing that. Okay? I'm trying to decide where I want to start with this. And I'm going to set this down. It's kind of a combination of definitely the heart and the crown are definitely blocked. The throat chakra may just be a little slow. For some, it may be blocked. And the throat chakra is all about self-expression, okay? And being your authentic self and being your authentic truth. And I'm not saying that you're not being that to everybody else. I think you are, but you're not being it to yourself. I think you need to work on some self-love. I'm hearing that in my head big time. Rose quartz self-love, okay? You need to accept yourself for who you are, and you need to love everything about you. And trust me, I know that is a hard thing to do. Difficult. We all deal with that throughout our lives. And, whoops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the camera. You need to work on some self-love. Why? I'm getting some negative self-talk, like, I'm not pretty enough, or maybe I'm not skinny enough. Where's that coming from? Excuse me. I mean, yeah, granted, being overweight is not a healthy thing. And trust me, I understand that because I am. But at the same token, you didn't put on weight overnight. You're not going to take it off overnight. It takes a lot of hard work, okay? Eating, exercising, making good choices. And this is just an example here. But even so, you should still love yourself. I don't care if you're 100 pounds or 500 pounds. You should love yourself. That doesn't make you less human or less lovable. Okay? So whatever this negative self-talk it is, whether you're saying you're not smart enough or, you're not talented enough, you're not coordinated enough, stop. Stop, stop, stop. Love yourself for everything you are, the good and the bad. Okay? What other people think don't mean crap. And man, I wish I would have learned that. Well, it's been my whole life. I didn't really start learning that till a couple years ago. And obviously it was meant for me, meant for a reason why it took me so long to learn that. And again, this isn't about me, but I do like to try to connect with you guys since we are, distant. But who cares what others think? They're not the ones putting the food on the table. They're not the one putting a roof over your head. They don't matter. What their opinions of you are don't matter. Screw those people. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend anybody with that phrase, but you know what? Tell them to pack sand. If people don't love you for what you are and who you are, why do you want them in your life? Seriously. So anyway, I think you need to do a little bit of heart chakra work, maybe even a little, this is some shadowy work here that you need to do. And it's nothing you're going to resolve overnight. You might even need to make a list of issues you have with people or things that you need to resolve and work on it slowly, one thing at a time. If it's super, super, super difficult or super bad, maybe you need to go seek the advice of a therapist or a counselor. But you need to love yourself. And as I said, your inner life is a garden to be cultivated. So you have to love yourself. But where I'm also getting in the crown chakra is I think maybe your spiritual connection isn't where it needs to be. And I think that's because your heart chakra is maybe a little blocked. Or as I said, well, it is blocked. But, we can't be spiritual if we're not coming from a place of love. And I'm sorry, I don't care how much charity work you're doing, how many times a day you tell your kids or your family, I love you, or, what it is. If you don't love yourself, you cannot truly love anybody else. Not 100%. You need to love yourself for everything you are. If you have children or if you have a partner in life, don't you love them for their good and their bad? Because that makes them who they are. You love them no matter what. You need to show yourself that same love. And once you're able to really start doing that, and I think this needs to work hand in hand with your spiritual practice, get to meditating. And I don't care if you call God, I don't care what religion you are, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, Hindu, atheist, whatever you are, omnist, which believes in a little bit of everything, spiritualist, new ageist, there's labels for everything. This is not about a religion. This is about you spiritually. Whether you call it prayer or meditation, which, yeah, they can be similar and they are a little bit different. You need to get to that. You need to reconnect with the universe, with spirit, God, whatever you want to call it. And getting that connection in your spiritual life is really going to help you understand that we're all one and that we're all connected and that we all are part of this higher being, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, the divine. We are all a part of it. And the universe loves us for what we are and who we are. So you need to love yourself for what you are and who you are. So I would definitely really start working on that heart chakra, hit the crown chakra as well. Do a lot of self-exploration within your heart. This is about you and your inner thoughts and your inner self-love, right? And I think if you do that work, and like I said, it's nothing that's going to heal or get fixed overnight, man, you got to love yourself. Got to love yourself, all right? And as far as the third chakra goes, you know, when I said the third chakra is involved, it's because you're not being honest with yourself that you're not facing those demons of why, you're being with this negative self-talk. So that's hindering your third chakra. Yes, you are being authentic with others, but you're not truly being authentic with yourself. Okay? So you got a little bit of work there ahead of you, but you're going to be okay. Just get to the meditation and really do some of that self-reflection and self-exploration. And it's a journey, friends. We'll never be perfect, but we're not here to be perfect. We're always going to have stuff. But anyway, I'll see you at the Reiki Hug. Okay, if you chose the right card today, your email is emotional energy. Give me a second. I can't read the little print from behind here. It says, emotions are messages to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. Look at all them colors. Chakras, 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 chakras. Emotions are messages. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there, they don't like to talk about their emotions. And you know what? You have to, even if it's with yourself. I'm not saying you need to go to a therapist, but that's not a bad thing. If it's something that you need to see a therapist about, there's nothing wrong with that. Go talk to your priest, your rabbi, your spiritual advisor, or somebody. But when we bottle up our emotions and we push them down and we don't deal with them, they erupt. They can erupt into you becoming mean or violent. They can turn physical, cancer and ulcers and headaches and muscle pains and just... Emotions are energy, and we are energy. Everything is energy. Crystals are energy. This desk is energy. But your emotions, they're energy. And when you bottle that energy up, think of like a teapot. If the water is boiling and you put a cork in it, it's eventually going to blow the cork off. And it's the same that happens. There are people who bottle things up and explode, verbally or physically. They become physical or verbal abusers, or they're just mean and angry. There's other people who end up wallowing in self-depression and turn to drugs and alcohol. There's people that push down emotions, and then, like I said, it can cause things like cancer, and it cause stress and anxiety and ulcers and all kinds of different pains and disease. Excuse me. Your guardian angel said they need to be met with appropriate attention, action, and gratitude. We are spirits having a human, or souls having a human experience. Love, hate, anger, fear, sadness, grief, happiness, jealousy, bitterness. I could go on and on and on and on and on. You get the drift. We're supposed to feel all these things. That's giving it the appropriate attention. Then we take action on these things. If we're sad, what do we have to do to get unsad. Maybe it's start interacting with people. Maybe it is seeking the advice of a therapist or a religious figure or a spiritual advisor or a friend. Showing gratitude. And this is a hard one because you're like, okay, why would I show gratitude for whatever? I'll give you an example. My father passed when I was 13 years old, and I didn't become angry, but I was taught to push it all down. And without getting into all of that, and I've dealt with it, since becoming very spiritual. And you're like, well, how's your father dying? How are you going to show gratitude to that? Well, of course, I'm not thankful that he died. I mean, come on. That would just be stupid. What I'm thankful for is the experiences and the time that I did get with him. But people say, yeah, but he didn't see you graduate high school, and he didn't see you graduate from in the military from boot camp, and he didn't see you get married. Okay, yeah, but I can't control that. So why am I going to sit there and dwell on things that were never going to happen, because it wasn't in the plans for him to be there for those things? So why should I dwell on that? So I'm going to dwell on the stuff that is positive and the time that I did have with them. So that's kind of how you show gratitude. I mean, sure, I would have loved my dad to walk me down the aisle, or I can't imagine how happy he would have been to see me graduate from Navy boot camp. But that wasn't in the cards. It was never in the cards. So I am not going to sit here and dwell on things that were never, ever, ever going to happen. And to learn to accept that is very, very hard. Okay? So anyway, my point is, I'm able to show gratitude because I show gratitude to the fact that I did get to have him in my life, and I did have wonderful experiences, and I am thankful for the time that I did have. So anyway, so that's kind of how, like I said, attention, action, and gratitude. So just please remember, feel the emotions. Just don't get stuck in them, and be this beautiful spirit. You look, she's leaving that all behind her. Yes, it's beautiful, but it's the past. And look, she's moving forward, and there's nothing blocking her. There's beautiful things that lie ahead. And the same for you. Don't get all caught up in this that's in the past and behind you. You can look back and go, okay, that's beautiful, or that was wonderful, but keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in it. Don't get entangled in it. Release that energy. Okay? This way you're your optimal self, and you can move forward on your life's path, on your journey. See you at the Reiki Hug. All right, everybody. I normally don't edit my videos, but if I pause this to go get bowls, I am not sure how long this will stop or pause for before it turns itself off. So I am going to turn off the video, and then, I'll edit the two together. So, what I will do is I'm going to tell you to go ahead and turn your cell phones on silent. All right. You don't want it to be ringing and buzzing and all that during your Reiki hug and sound bath. All right. Then go ahead and get in a comfortable position. Close your eyes, and then start focusing on your breathing naturally, in through the nose, out through the mouth, letting all the thoughts go in your head. This is your time. You don't need to deal with those right now. And then quickly scan your body, starting at the top of your head, working your way down to your chest, your shoulders, your hands, your stomach, your hips, releasing any stress, any tension, down to the knees, all the way to the ankles, down to your feet and your toes. everybody go ahead and wiggle your fingers and toes. Open your eyes when you're ready. And we did the root, the solar plexus, the heart, and the throat chakras. So those were the 4 bowls. So I hope you enjoyed your extended Reiki hug. And again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. So with that being said, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.